3 fabrics that will completely transform your style. So now this is great for summer, and these fabrics are transitional from season to season. I want to give you some really cool, quick, fun facts about each fabric I'm going over today, along with sharing some of my favorite pieces that are in these fabrics. So let's go ahead and get started with the first one, which is cotton poplin. And what is poplin, you may ask? So I did some research. I have my notes here. Poplin is a plain weave cotton fabric with a very fine horizontal ribs that result in a strong, crisp fabric with a silky, lustrous surface. The quality of cotton poplin is similar to that of cotton, but more finely woven. It's also a very strong and rich fabric that's very durable and lasts a very long time. So it makes the quality incredible. It's long lasting. It's also a much heavier fabric, you'll notice. You can really tell if cotton is woven this way. You'll notice it being more crisp, polished. It's heavier. Notice it's way more opaque. Feels a little bit stiffer. And now in descriptions online, it will not say, and I've never seen it come across this, poplin cotton. Once in a while, I'll see that, but usually you can tell by just feeling the fabric, just the way it's woven. So like this dress that I'm wearing, for example, you could tell it's more finely woven, it's more crisp, polished, very opaque. And in general, I just love this fabric cotton. It's very breathable. I especially love organic cotton because it's a lot softer. It holds its shape really well. Even like a stiffer cotton like this really elevates your style and makes it look very crisp and polished, especially for summer. You can also have this in cotton shirts. This one blouse that I have from Cezanne, it's more finely woven, so it results in a really crisp, sleek, and polished look. This dress that I've been raving about from Abercrombie, it's one of my favorite dresses I've ever purchased. I actually love it so much. I have it in 2 colors, and you can tell the fabric of this is just more finely woven and just very crisp, sleek, and polished. The stitching is done really well, and this is just, again, a very durable fabric that will last you such a long time and also look very luxurious. Next fabric that instantly elevates your summer style is linen. Now, fun fact about linen, a lot of people complain about the itch of linen. Lower quality linens are actually scratchy and irritate the skin because they are crafted from short flax fibers. But linen is a very wearable and flexible fabric that can be softened, and then you can reduce the itch if you happen to get a lower quality linen. I will actually link a really cool blog post down below that I was reading through because I wanted to soften some of my linen pieces because I noticed they're pretty scratchy. Like the linen pieces that I got, actually pretty cheap. I noticed those are actually scratchy, and those typically result in just a lower quality linen. I'll link the blog post down below that you can read through, and if that's in your case, there's some really good tips on how to soften it. Linen is pretty expensive, so manufacturing linen is a laborious and actually time-consuming process, which I was reading about. Linen is more costly than cotton because the flax plant from which linen originates demands special care and attention during harvest, and lacking elastic properties, which is harder to weave without the risk of snapping threads. Now, one of my favorite sites to get high-quality linen pieces at a decent price is Quince. Share these a bunch. It's the 100% linen jumpsuit. I have this in 2 colors. It's absolutely wonderful, stitched really well, might I just say. Very breathable, very light, but still very crisp, sleek, and polished. And it also just looks so flattering and feels really nice and comfortable on the skin, and it has absolutely no itch to it. Like, again, I mentioned my skin is very sensitive to itchy things. This has no itch into it, and it's just absolutely lovely, especially for summer. It just makes it such a practical and wearable fabric, and the pricing for this was so reasonable. And then another one, which actually has been another top selling item on my channel, is this 100% linen tiered midi dress. So stunning and beautiful, also not itchy at all. It's smocked in the bust, so if you have a fuller bust, it works perfectly. Very petite friendly. The straps are not adjustable, but they're stretchy, so if you're taller, it'll just fit really well too. And I'm 5'1" for reference, and it's just, again, looks very high-end, organic, luxurious, feels so nice on the skin. And natural fabrics like this are also in general just so much better for your skin than synthetic fabrics. Now, I know most clothing that's produced is made up of synthetic fabrics. It's almost impossible to avoid. I understand that. But that's why I love Quince pieces, because they have fabrics in linen, cotton, 100% and organic. wool, cashmere for fall and winter. They're so good for your skin and that just don't completely blow your budget, which is really nice. So not only are you getting something that looks really high-end and is very long lasting, it's something that's so much better for your skin. And now I know, like I said, you can't completely avoid synthetic fabrics, pretty much impossible, but if you're just intentional about the new things that you purchase and add into your closet, I think it's just such a good idea to keep in mind. That's why I just love shopping at places like Quince. Next fabric that I think instantly elevates your style is silk, but I'm also going to throw in satin because satin is a lookalike of silk. Completely different, but it looks very similar to silk. Sometimes you could put the two side by side and you couldn't even tell. It's a much more inexpensive option because I know silk is probably the priciest fabric out of all the three that I'm talking about today. I wanted to throw satin in there, but explain the differences. So I think we all know silk is a natural fiber and it can be woven into a raw textured cloth, plain weaves, sand wash finishes, fine chiffons, and so much more. And satin is a weave which produces a shine on the face of the fabric and can be woven using any fiber such as cotton, linen, and more. And as a natural fiber, silk is typically more breathable than satin, which is made up of synthetic materials. Because of the way silk is made, it is much more durable than satin. This means that more care is needed when handling satin. The fibers are more delicate than silk. And then satin can also be difficult to sew and work with because of its shiny, slippery texture. Personally, I prefer silk over satin. It feels way better on the skin, has a more luxurious look in the end, and very durable when cared for properly. But I absolutely don't mind satin at all. Sometimes I don't want to splurge on like 100% silk pieces for various reasons. And I love that there are options out there that have a look like silk, but for much less. So really choose just something that's in your budget and what your preference is. Personally, I have a mixture in my wardrobe and I'm really happy with both. Keep in mind, there's just some satin pieces that are just legit garbage. So you have to really keep in mind. And sometimes you'll pay a little bit more even for a satin piece that is done better. So for example, this Aritzia dress, not silk, even though it looks like it. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. I feel like if I put this dress next to a 100% silk dress, it's kind of hard to tell, like, are they both silk? Is one satin? Like, it's just really hard to tell the difference when it's done really, really well. But I would say for an Aritzia dress that's in satin, I mean, this is expensive for a satin piece, but it's actually done so freaking well. It's one of my favorite slip dresses I've purchased. It has this beautiful low back. And then Quince has 100% silk dresses, camis, blouses for such reasonable prices. They're always my first place to look to when I want to invest into 100% silk, because their pricing is really, really reasonable for what you're getting. And as long as you take care of it properly, it will last you a very, very long time and just look so luxurious. And so that actually brings it to the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed hearing just these really cool, quick, fun facts about all the materials that I love and I just think are really good investments, look very luxurious and high-end, and very much transform your wardrobe, and just very durable, long-lasting, and just you get so much good bang for your buck this way. I recently made a video on 10 cheap clothing mistakes that everyone needs to avoid, so I'll see you over on this video. Bye!